boy. Oh boy. Hello. Hi, everybody. Sorry we're starting like super late this week. I don't know what's been going on with me. I've just been super tired, so I've been moving pretty slow myself. And then when I finally got set up, I had some technical issues that I had to deal with. What's up, Lex? Hopefully, let me know if my audio is good, chat. I had to
It is.
fix a lot of shit. It is? Okay, good. I had to fix a lot of shit on my end to make sure it was okay. So that's why we were kind of late this week. But hey, we are here. We've arrived. Welcome back, everybody, to the Slice of Shonen podcast, episode number 40. I am your host on the boat, Sailor. And yeah, Kay, we got a lot to talk about this week. Not a full podcast, not yet, but we got a lot. Hi, Silver.
Hey, although I will say it does sound a little weird on my end though.
Yeah, it's just our end though.
Yeah, I don't know
Alright.
what it is about
Can hear him
Discord, to be honest, but I don't know. Me and Discord just don't get along, despite the fact
It's
that
not
I pay
that
them
bad. We can
$100.
understand.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You sent it
All
for the
right,
stream.
whatever. That's all that matters. But anyway, as you guys heard, I got some friends with me. I had a bit, but I don't remember. I'm too tired. I have Silver. Hi, Silver. I have the man who broke into Canada and then came back, Taco. Hi, Taco.
What's up?
The me. Hey, how's it going? I'm fighting for my fucking life. And I have the man who stopped a car with his bare hands and now he's dealing with insurance issues. Zenith Animanga, who also created a very wonderful video. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go watch it right now. Go leave a like. That video is going crazy right now. Like, no jokes, that video is going crazy. Yeah, like that John's almost at what, like 50K right now?
It's almost there, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, the boy is going crazy. So you may as well see what's going on. You may as well fuck around and find out.
Thank you.
Fucking Jesus, I'm just so off track today, guys. I'm sorry. Let me look at some comments here. Hello, Kaneki. Not to be that guy, but you're late every week. I mean, that's true, Sleeping Danger, but we were like especially late this week, bro. We were especially late this week. Okay, Sosuke in the chat doing a fucking doing an intro for us. I respect it, bro. It's coming out clear on my end. Discord don't get along with anyone. That's for Trucity and also Trucity. We don't really have any other announcements for this week. Like, it's not like we're doing another Dragon Ball stream. Next week we are, though. We'll keep you in the loop for that. But with that all being said, I got nothing left to say on my end. Fellas, do you have anything you want to say to the people before we get started?
Nope.
I just want to say shout out to Locarno in chat. That's my man.
Shouts
He's
out
getting
to
some wheat.
Locarno in chat. What? Huh?
Oh yeah.
He said he's getting wheat.
Oh, okay. I respect it.
I don't know. He's a weird guy, but he's got spirit. You know what I mean?
He's our weird little guy. We can't hate on our weird little guy.
Yeah, he's just a weird little fella.
Yeah.
But
Silver, did you
let's
add
get
something
to
you were
it.
gonna say, or we good?
Oh yeah, just a quick question. You slightly cut out for a second, but what was that about me breaking into Canada?
Oh, that
No,
wasn't
that
you.
was
That
me.
was
Yeah,
Taco.
right.
Yeah,
That's a
Taco
Taco
broke into
original.
Canada. Yeah.
Ah.
Do you want to break into
I'll
Canada?
tell you
You
about
can
it
do
later,
it.
Silver, don't worry, bro. It's
Yeah,
covert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can do it if you want
Got
to,
it.
Silver, and then
I
I can
was
talk
the-
about it next podcast.
Surprisingly
Yeah, okay,
easy to
sure.
break into Canada, so I'm sure
Yeah.
you could get away with it.
Yeah, you got it, Silver. You
Good to know.
study some crazy shit, so you could probably come up with something on some Dr. Stone shit. But anyway,
All right, chapters.
yeah, let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
chapters.
get
Let's
into it.
talk about Chainsaw Man 106. I mean, honestly, we can just talk about Chainsaw Man in general, because, oh boy, it was a big week. I guess last week now, since it's Sunday.
Yeah, it was
a
forever
big
ago.
fucking week
Tuesday.
for Chainsaw Man. First
yeah.
off, the anime
So the
going
mere goofy
crazy.
goober.
Yeah, yeah. The anime was going crazy. That opening is magnifique.
The opening's really good.
I
Good
love
shit.
it so fucking much. The episode itself was very good. It was just so nice to see Chainsaw Man being brought to life like this. And of course, it got kind of overran just with the hype of the anime. But the manga chapter came out as well, and that was certainly a big one. Even though, you know, obviously not as big as the anime premiere, it was a big one. A lot happened in that one.
Yeah, bro, it's a fucking national holiday now. Chainsaw Man Tuesday.
Let's fucking
Every
go.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Double
New
chainsaw
episode and new
day.
Finally,
chapter.
dude.
Oh,
Let's
Yeah,
fucking
finally
go.
Tuesday has something going for it.
Yeah, finally. We have a use for Tuesday. But nah, how'd you feel about this chapter, guys? How we feeling about it?
Bro, look at page
I mean,
5. Look at that panel of Yoru, bro. She's got that fucking wagon. Jesus Christ.
Bro, that's what I was actually
You got
gonna
the-
send out a tweet of it. I was like, in case people didn't know that Yoru was a Chainsaw Man antagonist, she has a fat ass. That's about it. If you're a
Bro, she got
female
the whole
Chainsaw
bakery
Man
back there.
antagonist,
God damn.
you are toting the fucking wagon. God damn, shawty. But yeah, she's packing
yeah,
some
no, this
fucking
wasn't.
heat.
I will. Although I do actually want to talk about Yoru for a second there, because I thought this first bit was definitely interesting,
Mhm.
because like, in the last chapter we were talking about out early, Asta. Yeah, I mean, they were talking about how maybe Ishii was looking about trying to actually tame Yoru, and I feel like with this chapter it kind of shut down any notion of that. And like, no, this is reminding us she's still a devil, and a very prominent one at that, as the name War Devil is anything to go on. And so it's reminding us, yeah, no, this is not going to be that easy.
For sure.
So I like that part.
Yeah. Because it really, like, it's like as soon as we make progress, it's just like, you know, I can just take over your body at any point, right? Like this.
Exactly.
I'm not down to argue with you at all. Like, I don't care how you feel. I can just yoink that shit. So definitely, absolutely. It was almost kind of crazy, but it makes sense because it's like, oh, they're getting along so much, and they still do get along. But to just have her be like, I don't give a fuck what you think, Asta. This is happening. Like, it's like, damn, yeah, you're right. You are a villain. That and you got the dumpy on you. You're right. I understand now. That was Asa's reaction is about how I expected. Like, if your friend just tells you don't come to school tomorrow and you're just walking home from that, you're just like, what the fuck? What? Like, you don't really know how to process that information. And it's small because we easily could have just skipped to the next day, picked up where like the second half of this chapter was at first. That's what I was expecting. We just come to school and we see Yuko doing her thing. But just seeing the brief moment of her walking home and struggling to process this, and Yoru just being just very blunt, like, she's just gonna kill everybody. You know, like, why are you asking me what she's gonna do? Very small scene, but I like it a lot. It's not like it has any super deep meaning, but I like it. Didn't have to have a little scene like that, but I'm glad we did. Finally caught up with Chainsaw Man so I can actually watch this segment. Shouts out to you, Lex. I'm happy for you.
Nice.
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Catching up on peak.
I haven't seen the episode because the app kept crashing. Damn, Shardy. The app kept crashing for you, bruv. When I first loaded into Crunchyroll, I had problems with it. I watched the first 12 minutes of Chainsaw Man on my phone because I got in on my phone's version of Crunchyroll. My tablet said, get the fuck out of here. So I managed to watch the first half of it, and after that I managed to swap over. But damn, if it's still crashing for you, I am sorry, bruv. We receiving many baddies this week got me questioning my sexuality, but we move. True. I mean, listen. I'm glad you have the vision, Sleeping Danger. I'm glad you got the vision. But I guess moving on to the second half of this chapter. Oh, well, actually, no, we can't do that. We can't skip over Yuko fucking burning a body. Because that was
Is
crazy.
that what that is? I could not tell, honestly. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a burned body.
That's her burning a body. I was not expecting that this week.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it was
kind
probably
of
your
the
neighbor.
thing with Yoru and like Yuko. It's like in this situation, Yoru is kind of the bad guy because she's taking over Asta and she's gonna kill her friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Yuko's going to kill a bunch of people. So even in this situation where Yoru is being a bad person, it's bad for Asta, who is going to potentially lose her only friend. It's still not enough to vilify Yoru, at least in my mind.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Where it's like
either.
outright making her evil.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I feel like intention is definitely a major part here, because like the fact is she's not doing this to save her classmates. She's doing it to have a chance to get at a new weapon and draw out Chainsaw Man, and like she couldn't give less of a shit about.
yeah, but
other
intentions can change, and
Yeah,
it's also
that's
like if you don't
I know
do
what you're
anything,
saying, but somehow I don't see those things. I don't see those intentions changing at all here. Or like, I'm sorry, I just can't see.
well,
it
not
right
right now. But what my point is, Silver, is Yoru's still not evil yet. In my mind, she's not irredeemable. I don't think she becomes irredeemable until she starts killing innocent people. And Yuko is not innocent. She's already killed a person, and she's gonna kill more.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
that's
what's
a good
cool
point.
about this is this is a fight between two antagonists.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Which-
much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying this a while ago. That needs to happen more. So I'm happy. Like that's
Yeah.
just cool. It's so interesting. I love the scene earlier with Yuko because it's literally just her like burning a body. He's like, "Yeah, I'll save you, Asta." And then it's just her being polite to some old lady. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
she's such a normal person to everyone else. She's put on such a facade.
Yeah, and that's the like I was talking about that on Twitter. You can follow me, link in the description. I brought it up where it was just like, man, this is like the scariest page of the chapter for me because it's quiet. Like this is just another day. Like from the outside, from that old lady's perspective, it's just like, oh, there she is going to school again. That's it. Like she has no idea like the atrocity she's about to commit in just a few minutes. Just like, oh yeah, she's going to class. Good for her. Like that shit scares the fuck out of me, man. Cause like it's real.
That is the kind of the thing,
Unfortunately,
though,
it
is,
scares
like,
the shit out of me.
She says she's gonna kill Asa's bullies, but the entire class are her bullies, so she's just gonna kill everyone.
Yeah, she's just gonna
Yeah.
kill everyone. Yeah, everyone's just gonna die.
Like there's not a single person she's not gonna kill. That she's gonna kill everyone in the classroom.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, dude, like just seeing that trip to school is just another normal day. Ugh, like that shit. Ugh, that like
I'm
legitimately
curious
creeped me
to
out.
see how this fight plays out because obviously Denji's going to show up at some point.
Probably.
Mhm.
I mean, he has to. Where else?
What
would
if he was
be?
just like stays home that day? You just
Oh,
That would be very
bro,
funny, but
that'd be like the meme
Don't-
whenever
Yeah.
you miss school and like your class
I'm
goes on a field
right.
trip and they meet Superman and all this other crazy shit. It's like,
I'm curious to see how Yoru's gonna fight because her entire power is turning people into weapons, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, is she just gonna
Well, I
start
mean,
turning the students into weapons and fighting and like just killing them, or
well,
I
they have to
just-
have
I
an
mean,
attachment
they don't have
to
weapons left.
Yoru.
over
I
from the last
think-
time she was fighting, like
ultimately,
she could still have that thing.
I think ultimately this fight does end with Yuko being turned into a weapon.
I agree.
Hmm,
Oh,
okay,
obviously.
So
yeah.
Do you think it might be
Yeah. I
a
mean,
situation where
probably,
like
right?
they sort of that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it might be a situation where Yoru and Yuko fight for a little bit and then Chainsaw Man shows up. She's like, "Oh, perfect." And ends the fight immediately, like just transforms Yuko into a weapon and then she goes after him. Maybe because like for a while like Yoru was telling Asta like, "Turn her into a weapon, dude. We can do that." Like just turn her into a weapon. The more regret you'll feel for it, the more stronger or the more powerful it is. So
Yeah.
I'm not,
Well-
since they're the same person, they might be able to just do that. I don't think she'd have to swap back to Asta to do it. But maybe she might. I don't know.
it's hard to say. The reason I just say that is because it's like, obviously, you know, the war devil, right? Yoru is the main threat of this arc. but her entire power requires her to build up an arsenal, and she's pulling up with a normal katana.
Yeah.
Like, so we need to start seeing her actually build that up to be a reasonable threat later on. Because right now, I mean, she just gets destroyed by Denji. Like, no problem.
Yeah, no difficulty.
And the whole thing is, it's like, you know, it's the more the guilt is, I believe, the stronger the weapon. So this would be a lot more powerful.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely has the potential to become a very dangerous opponent. And I mean, it's just a question of whether or not she'll have the opportunity to get that.
Yeah. Yoru is pretty morally gray right now. She could have attacked her in the house where there would be less of a chance for civilians being hurt, but she does it at school to lure out Chainsaw. Correct. Yoru ain't actively evil yet, but she could easily go there with her apathy towards human life. Yes. And I think keeping Yoru on that tightrope is something that Fujimoto has been doing very well so far.
Yeah, because even
exactly
like
where
with
she falls on.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was finished. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, like even with the first chapter of part 2, right? It's like it has Yoru kill the teacher, but like right after it confirms the teacher was fucking one of his students.
Yeah.
Like
Fucking
it goes
the class
out of its
res.
way to make him a shitty person.
Yeah. Which is wild.
So,
damn.
Yeah. So it's like,
damn.
don't worry, she's killing him, but like he was already an asshole. So
for a character that is
yeah
being set up to be the main villain of this like arc or this part of the story, Fujimoto, at least so far, has been going clearly out of his way to make her walk that tightrope of not. She does bad things. She has evil intentions, but she hasn't done anything yet that, like I said, I would see as like irredeemable.
Mm-hmm.
Like she hasn't. Like I don't know. It's interesting. It's clearly a choice he's making. I'm just curious to see where it's gonna go.
For sure. Yeah. And like we were bringing up, she, like Lex brought up, she could easily fall into that. Cause like if Chainsaw Man shows up, she's like, oh, great. And then she starts using like innocent people as weapons or like as distractions for Denji. Then it's like, oh, fuck, you know? But it could also be a situation where she doesn't do that. And like maybe Asta wonders like, hey, why'd you protect this person even or something like that.
It's funny though because fucking Denji's our supposed hero and he lets innocent people die anyway.
Oh my god, yeah. All the time. Yeah.
He's a piece of shit too.
Let six people die just to save a cat.
He saved the cat. So I mean,
yeah.
And let like 5 other people die.
It was 6,
It was a car full of people.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was a cat, man. Come on.
So maybe
Bro,
the morality.
I'm just saying the cat would have landed on its feet.
You think?
Type shit.
I don't know, man. I ain't a cat expert.
I mean, honestly,
this
cats
is just a
have
minor
9
detail.
lives.
Hey, I'm a cat expert.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
okay.
what do you mean by that? Let's go.
Hey, you know exactly what I mean.
What?
Sorry,
Why
go
we
ahead,
go
Zeta.
here?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Minor thing, when Yoru meets Yuko in the hallway at school, there's just a cool little thing where it shows Yuko from outside the building and the speech bubble
paneling
is inside the building.
That's so
really cool.
fucking
That's
sick.
so cool.
Yeah. Fujimoto just
Like, I can
finds
just
new
imagine
ways to
it being
panel shit.
muffled and shit.
Yeah, he just finds new ways to panel shit that I'm like, I've literally never seen anything done like this before.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see them trying to do that in the anime. That's gonna be weird.
yeah, it better have some Monogatari level cuts too. I need it. That's years off though. Literal years off though. Schools and anime serve 3 purposes: training to get stronger, being used to lure people out, or trying to keep a normal life. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. I guess so.
Oh, that's just school in real life.
True. I think Denji sensed that those 5 other people would have just been happier dead. That's true, Lucardo. True. Absolutely
God damn it,
base
Sasuke.
take. Maybe that speech bubble indicated someone from outside listening in, like Yoshida.
That's interesting for sure. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like maybe. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Huh.
Because it'll definitely, like, Yoshida has to, like, I think we brought up a few pods ago. Yoshida, I feel the worst for him, because as soon as this pops off, Denji's going to be like, oh, shit. Here we fucking go, baby. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Yoshida's going to have to try to reel him in. So it would make sense for Yoshida to kind of look around or at least notice something was popping off and being like, oh, fuck, man. Please don't fight here, man. Please. It'll be interesting, yeah. Plus the rest of the Devil Hunter Club, which I don't think... were there more members outside of Yuko, Yoshida, and... Asta was joining, or were they just recruits? I don't remember.
None that we have named.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe they'll show up. Maybe that's when Yoshida will pull up. That'll be cool to see him fight against them. See him fucking put in some work for a little bit. But yeah, and then Denji will
You know
show
what?
up,
I'm thinking about this fight, right?
Right.
I think I know how it's gonna go.
Okay.
Or at least I have an idea, maybe.
Okay.
It'd be interesting because the whole thing with Yuko right now is that she can basically read minds. And you have that whole moment where she says, I'm amazed that Chainsaw Man goes to our school. It's kind of a letdown, though. Having Chainsaw Man around doesn't stop bullying. I guess he'll only kill devils. It'd be really interesting if Denji shows up to the fight and Yuko just becomes completely disillusioned with her hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's like, this is him?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, is he wearing his own merch?
Yeah, it would be interesting if that kind of like just weakened her like mentally, and that was her downfall in the end.
Yeah, I feel like that could definitely play a part in it. Yeah, for sure. I feel like that could absolutely play a part in it.
Yeah, it's just one of the things because it's like I don't know what role Denji would play in this fight aside from just being a shitty hero.
Aside from saving women. Saving women and killing women. Let's go. But yeah,
I mean, hey, he will
it.
absolutely try to save Asta's classmates because her bullies are mostly women.
Yep. That's gonna be so fucking crazy. I don't know how that's gonna go down. But I'm gonna love
it. Denji.
Maybe her mind reading is ineffective on Denji because his head is empty. True. It's just the spilled milk scene from SpongeBob. That's like all that he's thinking.
Just the fucking NL versus Luffy. Head empty.
Yeah. Thoughts empty. I desire just women. Please let me save them. But yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Chainsaw Man is going crazy right now. But that's everything I gotta say about the chapter. I'm looking forward to next week because we're actually getting one next week. Shouts out.
One last thing I did want to ask. I was like, what do you guys think about the new Justice Devil design at the very end?
It's sick.
I like it.
I like it.
I think
it's better than the last one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like this one more. Yuko got she got some drip on her. The brain is hanging out and the mouth is just all fucked up. Or not all fucked up, but just like the face is fucked up. Just her mouth and her brain out. But yeah, it looks
I kind of like how they designed the lower half. Like, I mean, I don't know why I get... Yeah, I know they're supposed to be like tentacles or something, but they remind me a lot of like wings. I don't know why. I get kind of like an angelic vibe from that, and I kind of dig it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know,
I guess I can kind of see
that one form Sephiroth has?
Oh, yeah, one wing angel. Oh, that's a good point, Lex. Yeah. Justice Devil has no eyes because Justice is blind type shit. That's a nice call out, Lex. I like that. That's nice. What's up, Silver?
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
And then that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Nice.
Yeah. Good chapter, though.
All right. Yes, very good chapter. Very good week for Chainsaw Man, and hopefully that continues to be the case. Anime is going crazy. Hopefully, with us getting a chapter next week, we keep getting chapters weekly instead of bi-weekly, at least until the anime is over. But speaking of over, we're done talking about Chainsaw Man. Get that shit out of here. We're talking about One New Pisua, chapter 1063. Fellas, how we feeling about it?
I mean, this is a very interesting chapter.
I thought it was mid. No.
Yeah, we had a lot. Although I will say, I think this is probably one of the first times where I can say I'm kind of interested in the cover story. Because I mean,
Dude, yeah. I think Sky brought it up either last week or the week before. He was like, yo, what if Aokiji's there to take pudding? Sure as shit, that's what he did. Like, goddamn. This cover story, like, it went from just being to now it's one of the best in the series for me. Like, just how important it's become. Damn, I did not see Aokiji just walking in and taking this shit and then leaving. But enough about
it's
Aokiji,
one of the
right?
rare cases.
Hold on,
the
Taco.
cover story...
Wait, bro. Real quick, Femlaw. What we doing with it, fellas? What we doing with it?
I'm staying away from that subject.
What we doing with it? No,
coward.
Law's right
Yes.
there,
Correct.
looking bad as hell. What we doing with it? What we doing with it?
I don't know, bro. Depends how strong is my hockey.
Hey, bro, listen. I'm just
Femlaw,
saying.
That's what you meant.
I'm just saying. Water Law. You know she got that gushy, bro. I'm just saying. But anyway, no. Back to what you were talking about, Taco.
Over, what's
Aokiji.
your opinion on the disease that turns people into women?
Yeah, I was meaning it more so joking, but that was kind of crazy when I was reading it. that was kind of crazy. I was like, oh no, Oda.
Well, it's like the funniest way he could have introduced the power, because it's like, what?
Yeah,
What did he
why?
mean by that?
yeah. It's just like, oh, I have a disease that transforms you into a girl.
Why?
It's like, all right, cool.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I definitely, horny thoughts aside, I definitely thought it was a little weird, but I'm not going to jump off and go too crazy on it. But I can understand why people would, definitely. But anyway, Taco, back to what you were saying about Aokiji, about how it was crazy to just have him here doing shit like this.
Well, it's one of the rare cases where the cover story, it's like, because usually the cover story will be like, I mean, exactly what it is. Just like kind of like a background story to show us like what happens after an arc with the characters or set up things for later. But very rarely is the cover story like prevalent with what's happening in the chapter itself.
Yes.
Because like Blackbeard, if anyone had the misconception that like Oda was lying, that this is the final arc and we're fucking like getting towards the end, it's like Blackbeard is making moves right now. Oda's setting up more so than like any, like I think it's like Blackbeard might just straight up be the next antagonist that Luffy fights, like the next major antagonist.
Crazy to think
because it's
about,
like
man.
he's setting up their confrontation, because it's like just within the last 4 chapters he's kidnapped Kobe, he attacked Hancock, he's kidnapped Pudding, and he's about to take down Wall and steal all of his rubbings.
Hey, yo.
So it's like he's been directly antagonizing people that Luffy's close to. Pudding,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Sanji likes Pudding.
she's close to Sanji, and that's going to be more than enough for Luffy.
For sure.
So it's like,
And I did find it interesting because it took me a while to remember exactly why he would do that. But then, if I recall right, the explanation was that there was like this legend that the three-eyed race were actually able to read the poneglyph.
Yes.
The writing.
That's the
Yeah, I
reason
think it
why
was-
Big Mom
Yeah,
kept her
Big-
around. She was
Like, I
like,
think
why
that
can't
was
you
like
read
Big Mom
poneglyphs
explained
yet?
The whole King
Yeah.
Island arc.
Yeah.
she believed that the three-eyed race can read the poneglyphs once they have an awakening or so. Once her third eye fully
Once the
opens,
third eye
she'll be
opens,
capable
yeah.
of reading the poneglyphs. This also confirms, because I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. Actually, we might have talked about it on the podcast, but we've talked about it extensively, where it's like Blackbeard. Okay, this is what's insane, right? Actually, this is what I want to talk about more than anything else, because we've talked about this recently, and I'm so happy because Oda, I love One Piece. He's the king of meandering on just shit where it's like, bro,
Yeah.
get to the point.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about Blackbeard before, where it's like, okay, Blackbeard is supposed to be like Luffy's biggest antagonist. We don't know if it's going to be him or Emu for the final villain, but Blackbeard is one of the biggest, most major antagonists in the story, and he's kind of just been sitting back, not doing anything. Like, he's been sitting on Full Lead Island. We know he's been collecting devil fruits. And it's like he's been amassing power, which is cool. And now we're starting to see the result of that. But it's like he wasn't doing anything major. And we've talked about it where it's like, okay, but Luffy, it's like Luffy has all the road poneglyphs except for the final one. He has Robin. It's like Luffy's the closest, right, to becoming the Pirate King, because he has a very clear, direct path to the One Piece. He just, once he finds the final road poneglyph, wherever it is, he can go there. Like, he can just straight up get the One Piece. But with Blackbeard, it's like, okay, he doesn't have the road poneglyphs. He doesn't have any way of reading the poneglyphs. And we've theorized maybe Blackbeard could read them himself, like, potentially. But with Pudding getting kidnapped, I think it pretty much confirms now that Blackbeard can't read the poneglyphs.
Yeah.
And also, because I remember this, because this was a couple weeks ago. I was like, we were talking about whether or not Blackbeard would invade Wano.
Yeah.
And then it was like with the cover story with so we were like, okay, Blackbeard is invading Whole Cake Island right now in terms of he has Aokiji and whoever's with him going to Whole Cake Island. That's how he'll get the road poneglyph from Whole Cake Island. And then he might invade Wano, and then he'll get the road poneglyph from Wano. But then we were like, well, how is he going to get the road poneglyph from Zoe? Like, how is he going to get that? Because Zoe's a Phantom Island, and you can't really find it. Well, we just got that answered. Law has all of them.
Yep.
Because I would be willing to bet, because here's the thing, Aokiji went to Whole Cake Island and he stole pudding. I'd be willing to bet Luffy just gave Law a copy of the Whole Cake Island poneglyph. Like, why wouldn't he?
That's
like,
what I
Luffy
was thinking
care.
too.
So
yeah,
Law
gave
has
him the kid in Law
all
after
of the
Wano.
road poneglyph rubbing. Like, he has every poneglyph that Luffy has gotten. Law also has a copy.
Yep.
Of.
Yeah.
So it's so perfect the way this set up and the way this happened. I'm actually really loving this in like confrontation with Blackbeard and Law. It's like,
yeah, I did not see it coming at all.
It's
either.
perfect for Blackbeard, man. He's such a piece of shit. Like he just sits back and just does nothing until the exact right opportune moment, and then he attacks, and it works out so fucking well for him.
Yeah, he just fucking lets everybody else struggle, do their thing. Like, oh, they're fighting the Yonko. Cool. All right, whatever. They got the poneglyphs.
He went
cool. All right, now I dive in. Like, he thrives off that shit, man.
He literally went from being, I would argue, out of all the Yonko, in last place in terms of like becoming Pirate King, to being equal to Luffy. Like, he's just
who's in first.
Like, it's insane how quickly it changed. Within 4 chapters. Like, that's all it took was 4 chapters for Oda to be like, all right, Blackbeard's, like, doing stuff now.
Yeah, and Blackbeard is like, on the fucking move, bro. He is doing shit. And especially, too, we were talking about him potentially raiding Wano. We brought it up again on the pod. That nigga could take Pluton. He could run in there and take Pluton, man. And then we could have a situation, I know Taco has brought it up before, where we have the Blackbeard pirates with Pluton, and Frankie has to build something that's better than Pluton, because of course he has the blueprints and all that good shit, but he has to build something, create the Sunny, or make the Sunny better than that ship, which would be so awesome to see. God damn, man. It's great. And another thing that I loved about this chapter is that it's so set up. It's just like, oh, the warp fruit, perfect matchup for Usopp. Oh, the sick fruit, perfect for Chopper. Like, so many matchups. Like, it's not only just hype right now, but it's setting up fights for the future, and god damn, man, so good.
I feel the exact same way, because I've seen people be like, oh, the warp fruit, the sick fruit, the strong fruit. It's like, these powers aren't like that unique, but it's like good. Like, good. Like, we need some just straight up good matchups for the Straw Hats. Like, not everything has to be like the fucking,
mythical
insane
fruit
that can
model fucking god or something. Like,
literally,
if anything, I would argue that these devil fruits are more dangerous because of the fact that they're just straightforward. Like, they don't require
they're
any real effort
enhancing what
in
they're
using them.
already good
Plus,
at.
to be fair, this is Oda we're talking about. Just straightforward isn't really, because like we just had.
But I'm just saying
no one was expecting.
They don't seem to have any kind of weird conditions that require their use.
But that's the thing with like in Wano, like no one was expecting the Triceratops fruit to fly like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Oda gets pretty
okay,
out
that's a
there
fair
with his
point.
powers. But I like
True.
it because it's like Doc Q is now literally perfect antagonist for Chopper.
Yes.
Doc Q represents everything Chopper hates. Doc Q is like Hogback and Queen wrapped up into one person. He thrives and enjoys plaguing people with diseases.
Yeah.
He finds enjoyment out of it. And
you
now he
brought
has
it
the
up
power
before.
that can literally create diseases.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they don't even have to be real. Like you can literally just make shit up now, which is insane.
Because here's the thing: people turning into the opposite gender isn't a real disease. I hope not. It's like that's a completely made
Bro,
up.
he
Yeah.
just gave
That's,
him the cootie shot. That's all it was.
I think that might be because here's the thing: it's Oda. He might have. It's obviously probably just a gag, like the reason why he turned law femboy, like femlaw.
Oh
It's like-
yeah. Oda said that
I
figure
think
was looking
one
good.
of the
Let me do
reasons
that.
why he did that specifically was to showcase that the diseases he can create don't even have to be real diseases. They can just be anything.
They can literally
He could just
be anything.
create a disease.
Yeah.
And I like that because Chopper's dream, all the Straw Hats, they got their dreams. Some dreams are more straightforward than others because it's like Zoro wants to become the world's strongest swordsman. How do you do that? You beat the world's strongest swordsman. That's Mihawk. It's like once he beats Mihawk, he's the world's strongest swordsman. Simple, clean, all that shit. Chopper's dream is to become a panacea? He wants to become an everything drug. He wants to become
Yeah.
a doctor
He wants to cure
that
all
can
diseases.
cure any disease.
Yeah.
He can cure any disease. That's so open-ended. How do you decide when that dream has been accomplished? How about after he defeats the man who can create any disease?
Yeah.
And I was
If Chopper can overcome Doc Q, if he can defeat Doc Q, his dream is complete. And so it's like, and I think that's important to say because it's like we're at the end of the story. The Straw Hats' dreams, their goals, all this shit is going to wrap up relatively soon.
It's fucking insane
Like Oda's
to think about
finishing the
that.
story. Yeah, like
Fucking
Doc Q is
crazy.
Chopper. Not only is Doc Q Chopper's final probably antagonist he'll fight, it's straight up his most likely his just
It's his
end
biggest
goal. Like his
challenge.
dream
Yeah.
is that once he beats him, it's over. Chopper's character is complete.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fucking
Me and
insane.
Tucker were talking about this like earlier before the podcast. And I think one of the coolest ways to show that is if they weren't like having a fight. If they're basically everyone else was having their fights and they were just like Doc Q is just going around the battlefield, specifically on the flying horse that he has, and just like giving the Straw Hats illnesses, and it's just basically Chopper's job to cure them through the whole fight.
Oh,
I would like that.
okay. Yeah,
I would
I'd
like that.
That would be
Them
interesting.
running around and Chopper's curing everyone, and then they have like their like
'Cause you know
final
what?
fight where Chopper just fucking blows them
That
away.
would be so smart because that could be Oda's way of like cutting around to different fights. That'd be so interesting. Yeah, that'd be so good.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, Oda, if you're listening, you should steal Zenith's ideas. You should do
Yeah,
that,
bro. You should watch our podcast.
Yeah, you should do that. No kizzy. That's really good though. Damn.
It's-
that's really good.
It's really cool. And then Van Augur with the warp, like that's such a perfect
That's so
ability for a
fucking
sniper.
crazy,
And
man.
We've talked about this.
Damn.
We've talked about this before, where we were like, okay, That's one of the matchups that's like so set in stone. It's like, okay, Usopp Van Augur, perfect. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before. We were like, okay, that's a battle of snipers. How is Oda going to make that fight really compelling? Because it's like, it's just going to be Usopp kind of running away and being a coward until he's forced to fight, because that's every Usopp fight. But it's going to be
Yeah.
long distance because they're both snipers. Well, now Usopp can't run. Like,
Yeah, it can't go
we
nowhere.
don't know the limits of Van Augur's fruit, but teleportation can be pretty crazy. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah,
because
I
man.
mean,
I've seen
in
people
general,
talk about,
it
like,
is
he could teleport bullets. He could do fucking anything, dude. Like, he could.
it's
It's
fucking
I
wild.
think
Yeah.
it's a case where his devil fruit being simple teleportation has made this matchup way more interesting than it would have been if they were just regular snipers.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not to mention
Absolutely.
there's also the possibility that even if Usopp can and get a hit and a mark on him, and he can always just like warp the projectile and send him back or something. Like
That's
I mean,
crazy.
obviously, I don't know
Yeah,
anything
about
could.
that.
Well,
Yeah, I
this
didn't
is
even think
another
about
thing
that.
I like. If you want to get just more meta about it, I think the way Usopp, it perfectly fits Usopp's character and the way he fights, because Usopp isn't going to be able to just straight up beat Van Augur. He's going to have to trick him.
Yeah,
He's going to have to use his own power against him.
Yeah,
And that's just how Usopp fights. Like that's where his strength
1 million
lies.
ton hammer.
Yeah, like he's going to have to outsmart him. He can't just beat him in a straight up sniper battle. And I like that a lot. I think that's really
so
cool.
fucking good, man. God damn. I love One Piece. That's crazy. I was gonna bring up too, because we have all these devil fruits going crazy. All these devil fruits doing their thing. Do you think, because what I'm hoping here is that we continue this sort of side-by-side thing, maybe not for every chapter, but every now and then, you know, like we have the Straw Hats adventure, cut away, here's what's going on in the rest of the world, right? So if we're having that for, let's say, next chapter, for example, do you think we could get like an explanation on devil fruits, and in the meantime in the chapter we see all of these devil fruits sort of like in play with Law and Blackbeard and how they're doing shit? Maybe. I don't know. Like we get like an explanation
Maybe.
for
That
it.
would be interesting. I could see that.
That's the thing that I was thinking about the most with everything, because we got so many fruits that were introduced. So I was like, oh, maybe we'll get an explanation next to, I don't know, like Burgess lifting another mountain, talking about how devil fruit strengthens the body or some dumb shit. I don't know. Like, it could be literally anything.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Lex, who said Shiryu also is a perfect opponent for Zoro, since it's easy to set up for Zoro to develop his advanced observation hockey against his invisibility fruit. I completely agree.
Absolutely.
And I was talking about this earlier. When the chapter came out, I did like a whole thread in Discord talking about the potential matchups. I'm not going to go through it all right now, but I think because I think we've always agreed that it's like, obviously Zoro's going to fight Shiryu. He's the swordsman of the crew. Oda did the one cover page with all of the right-hand men of the Yonko, and it had Shiryu on it.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect setup.
Yeah,
And
I bet that matchup is like the thing for a long time now.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if it didn't happen.
And I love that idea. What's the
What? Go on.
I mean, I'm still. I mean, actually, this bring up exactly what Sleep in Danger brought up about who Sanji may be fighting. I mean, I still may want to try to argue that Sanji versus Shiryu fight could happen. Just is based on it's simply based on the fact that Shiryu has a clear fruit, and Sanji's petty hatred towards anyone who has it.
Actually, Silver, I love that you brought that up, because that's exactly what I was about to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
I think what's being set up is, so Oda has talked about this in the SBS before, and we've just seen it. We just saw it in Wano. Zoro and Sanji have specialties. Sanji has good observation hockey, but weaker armament. Zoro has stronger armament, but weaker observation. I think what's being set up is Zoro is going to fight Shiryu, and Shiryu will be the clear test for Zoro to level up his observation hockey and gain advanced observation. And I think, people have said this for the longest time. People are like, who is Jesus Burgess going to fight? Who is Sanji going to fight? I think Jesus Burgess is going to fight Sanji. I think Jesus Burgess has the strong fruit, right? I'm just going to assume... Yeah, I'm just going to assume that it kind of works like Muscular's quirk, where he's just big and strong. Like, it increases his offense and most likely his defense. Like, he's going to be hard to hurt. So I think it's going to be Sanji's going to have to level up his armament hockey to defeat Burgess, and Zoro's going to have to level up his observation to beat Shiryu. They're going to fight opponents who are specifically targeting their weaknesses. They have to level up their weak points to win, and I think that's perfect, because if the Straw Hats fight the Blackbeard pirates before like the big final war against the world government, that's my headcanon. People have said maybe they fight Blackbeard pirates during the final war. It's up for debate. I don't really want to get into the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But if that is the case, that they fight the Blackbeard pirates, then the final war happens, it would be perfect, because then when the final war happens, it's Luffy as the Pirate King, most likely by that point, with his grand fleet and his two right-hand men who both have advanced like hockey on both ends. Like they are fully well-rounded fighters. And I like that because during Marineford, and Oda has made a point of showing this recently. There is a clear difference. There is a clear skill gap between admirals and commanders.
Yeah.
Admirals are stronger than commanders.
I mean, we just saw it with the cover page this week.
And we saw that with Cracker on this cover story. Like, Aokiji is stronger. Like, the admirals, there's a clear gap. And during Marineford, we saw the admirals, all three of them, showcased advanced armament and observation. They were all capable of future sight and Rio. And I think Sanji and Zoro, by the end of the series, will be on that level. Zoro will be even higher. I think Zoro is going to be like really strong because he's going to be stronger than Mihawk. But even Sanji, like both of them, I think it makes sense for them both to have all the advanced forms of Haki. Not Conquerors for Sanji, obviously, but Zoro will have all three advanced. And I think these matchups work perfectly to get them to that point. Like, they will need to attain the advanced version of the Haki that they're weaker with to beat these opponents. And if that is the case, I really like that.
I was actually just, again, about to bring that up, Sleeping Danger. I am all for it, except I think that Burgess might fight Frankie just because the two meaty men slapping meat has always been Frankie's fight. Yeah. So, like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Like, it makes sense. You know, Burgess is the big manly man. Frankie is like that as well. So that was what clicked with me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be mad at Sanji versus Burgess at all. But I could definitely see it going down that way. And then I don't know who Sanji fights at that point. I don't know. I mean, it does make sense.
That is
like
kind of the problem.
Makes absolute
we don't
sense.
really know who Sanji would fight.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I feel like
and that's
Sanji just dog walks anyone else in the crew besides Blackbeard.
The weird thing with Burgess is he's the first Titanic captain.
Yeah.
Like even though Shiryu is the right-hand man, he is the second strongest. Clearly demonstrated by Oda putting him on the color spread with Katakuri, King, Zoro, Marco. By rank, Burgess is technically higher.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so bizarre. I don't know why Oda made that decision. I don't know why Oda chose that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Jesus Burgess is a weird character, but I'm sticking. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. I think he's gonna fight Sanji. I think that's
gonna
Sanji's
fight
matchup.
Aokiji because he kidnapped Pudding and fire's stronger than ice, and he can beat an admiral, and Zoro can't. There we go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, actually, that's actually a good thing to point out because that honestly could happen, and I feel
last point aside with Zoro and Sanji, I think it could happen genuinely.
No, I think that would be weird though. If Sanji fights
I agree, but I think it could happen.
Like when all of the rest are just fighting commanders. I think so I also brought this up where it was like we don't know who the final 10 Titanic captain is on Blackbeard's crew. It's been a mystery.
Oh yeah, we don't do it. I just assumed it was Aokiji. Yeah, you're right. Damn.
Yeah, people theorize that it's Aokiji. I never liked the Aokiji thing because I was always under the assumption that the Straw Hat crew would gain a new member after Wano.
Damn
regardless
it, Yamato!
Barrett, fucking Momonosuke. It doesn't matter. I thought we would get one person, and then I was like, okay, whoever the final crew member is after Wano, their matchup will be against the final Titanic captain. I don't know, it just made sense to me. But seeing as how no one joined the crew after Wano, I'm now kind of reversing. I do think the final Titanic captain is Aokiji. And I think before the final battle between the Blackbeard Pirates and the Straw Hats, I think Aokiji will either betray Blackbeard or Blackbeard will betray him. Like I don't think Aokiji's going to participate in the fight because it's like Aokiji isn't evil. If it really came down to it, he would join the Straw Hat side, and I don't know if Oda would like
that'd be
do
so
that
OP
because that's
for the Straw Hats.
Yeah, that's
God
such a
damn.
big like advantage.
Like holy shit, man, that's wild. Yeah.
Plus, here's the thing: we all know for a fact Aokiji's not really on Blackbeard's side. Like
no,
it's been foreshadowed.
Which is what
it's
I
been
was
brought up
bringing up. I was like, it's
he's
so
not,
fucking
I feel
crazy
like
to like give him
someone confirmed that he's part of Sword.
It has
No,
not been
I don't think it's been
but it's
confirmed yet.
a big theory.
Yeah, which is why I think it's just fucking crazy that like Aokiji's giving Blackbeard someone who could potentially read poneglyphs. That's fucking wild. Like, that's crazy. At least to our knowledge, maybe Aokiji like brings her into like a secret marine base or some shit.
Yeah.
But like,
Because I mean, I'm just saying,
it's
is
crazy.
like the whole duty of her sword is basically to monitor the four emperors to begin with, and like so it would kind of make sense for then Aokiji to be a part of that, and just like try to get close to them as possible.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy to think about. Aokiji's probably gonna betray Blackbeard, probably. But I
Most
also wouldn't
likely.
be surprised if Blackbeard was like, "Yeah, I knew this whole time." Type shit. Let me look.
I think
through
it
some
could
of
be
these
one of those things where
comments.
Blackbeard's like, yeah, I knew
That
you were
in
going
a
to betray me.
minute.
I'm going to betray you first.
Yeah, right.
Blackbeard's, he's a schemer. He's up to no good all the time. So
Yeah, let me look through some of these. Let me look through some of these real quick. Dark Nemux. Why didn't the Justice Devil make a contract with Asta before Yoru? That's where the whole Chainsaw Man thing. We can get into that a little later. Or maybe not at all. I don't know. We're talking about One Piece right now. I'm sorry. But Lex Law's a baddie. True. Rip Law, Dead Man Walking. I agree. I think
I actually
Law
want to
is-
talk about Law for a
Go
minute,
ahead.
'cause
Go
here's
off,
the thing.
King.
I don't think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna do a lot better than people are expecting.
I think
Because
so too.
the whole thing with Law, right, is that Law has always had really high ambitions, but he's never really he's never been like Luffy or Kid. He's always been very different from them, where he does things in a tricky way. He tries to scheme and get around things. In that way, now he's not the same, but in that way he's kind of similar to Blackbeard. But so it's like obviously the basic thing, hockey is literally ambition, like that's the whole fucking deal. But it has been focusing on his hockey a lot lately. Like obviously he's had his Devil Fruit awakening, and that was the big deal in Wano, but there's the whole moment like when we see him again all the way back in Punk Hazard, right? The whole thing is he won because his hockey was stronger. Now we're getting this, he's able to overcome Devil Fruit abilities because his hockey is stronger, whereas in Wano his hockey was weaker than I forget who was it again? It was Big Mom, I think it was, that he tried to attack. I might be wrong on
It was
that.
Big Mom
I
and
think
Kaido.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
Big
he
Mom.
couldn't
and
pierce
Kaido
them
tried
with,
to
like,
teleport
his
him
ability.
away. Yeah,
Yeah, it was okay.
He
That's a
couldn't
shitty
move
good
him.
Yeah,
one.
he couldn't
Yeah.
move them.
Yeah, he couldn't
Okay.
move him.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, but yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is right now, he's being a lot bolder. He's straight up taking Blackbeard on in a fight, which is so unlike him, and I think he's just learned a lot from Wano and just fighting with Luffy and Kid and just basically being more like them. And it's the whole thing whereas it's like hockey blooms in battle, and he hasn't really had those like straight up confrontations. He wasn't already confident he could win.
Yeah.
So I think like this is a moment for him to where he is going to do a lot better than he's given credit for.
I think he's gonna do better.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
he's gonna
just
do well.
because my
I think he's
boy
gonna do
has
pretty good.
no crew members.
Man's still losing, don't get me wrong.
I think it's just
Yeah,
gonna be
no,
a
but-
situation. This nigga has no crew. Like this nigga is LeBron on the Cavs, like the old school Cavs. That nigga has nobody
Yeah, I mean-
who's backpacking that whole team, bro.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be. Unfortunately, he's not gonna be able to go up against the entire Blackbeard crew at once. Maybe one-on-one, maybe, but not everyone at once. Especially if he's got to protect his own crew members, who, let's face it,
Yeah.
aren't gonna be doing shit.
I think it
Well, those
definitely
just
is
aren't
interesting
good.
to see how they
He
match
just has a
up.
bad crew.
Yeah,
Oda's
man.
going to have to introduce the reason why Blackbeard just doesn't kill Law and steals his Devil Fruit. Because I definitely think Law's losing here because narratively, Blackbeard needs to acquire the poneglyph rubbings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, that needs to happen. That's something that's like, it's unfortunate for Law, but it has to happen. But it's like, I don't think Law's gonna die here. Like, I just don't see it. I mean, I could be wrong. Fuck it. Fuck do I know? But
I
It
mean, he
makes me
could use
question
the
it because it's
immortality surgery. That's all I can really think
That's what
of
I'm
to
wondering.
prevent
Like,
him from getting the
I
fruit.
think there's going to be a reason why Blackbeard doesn't kill Law. Maybe, you know what? Maybe, because we've talked about this, Law is willing to play dirty and do things that Luffy and Kid would never do. Law might, if he's like about to die and lose, he might just be like, all right, Blackbeard, I'll join you. Because Blackbeard would let him join. Because Blackbeard he wanted to recruit Moria, and he would, if he believed Hancock, he would have let her join if she was genuine about it. It's like Blackbeard's willing to take people who are powerful under him because it's, a benefit to him. But then again, it's like I don't really see Law doing that. He could. It wouldn't be out of his character to do it, but again, it's like I don't really see him doing that.
Literally,
but another reason why I
only
don't think he's
way-
gonna die is because
Good.
Blackbeard is fuck collecting devil fruits. He's collecting Luffy's friends. He has Kobe. It also makes me question, because we talked about this before. It's like, why would he kidnap Kobe? And then I forget who it was, but they're like, oh, maybe he'll sell him to Cross Guild. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think there's another reason, because it's like very purposeful by Oda that he'll most likely have Law like captured, Kobe captured, and Pudding captured. Pudding's kind of the weird one there, but for her eye power. But Kobe and Law specifically, because they're very close, very good friends with Luffy.
I think it would be interesting because it's like, I wonder, the whole thing with Pudding is like obviously the eye power, but she's more connected to Sanji, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, like, considering the trio, there's going to be anyone connected to Zoro that gets taken. Because that would basically give him all
I would be
of
interested
more
somebody.
personal motivation.
Yeah, that would.
We're
It could happen.
Go to
fuck
Wano
Blackbeard's
and
wilding
kidnap
out,
the
so who knows what
Kozuki
he's gonna do
twins.
next.
Yeah.
Also,
Momo
another
and
interesting thing about
Hiyori,
it is
you're next.
we still don't really know what happened during the Rocky Port incident. But if Law gets kidnapped by Blackbeard, all three of them, Blackbeard, Kobe, and Law, will be together, and those were the three that participated in the Rocky Port incident.
It's fucking crazy to think that the Rocky Port incident went from like this is a nice little bit of background stuff that may have happened during the time skip to now it's like one of the most important events in the series. It's like, damn, bro, this shit's wild. But hey, shouts out to Yoda. Shouts out.
We never talked about Bonney.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
She's like.
I was just about to
she's
say
doing her
we
own
could
thing. It's okay.
sort of turn back the clock here because Kaneki brought up earlier. He was like, Dr. Vegapunk's machine makes great fits. No, the fuck he don't, bro. I'm gonna be real. At least for
I kind of
Luffy.
like Luffy. I like Luffy.
Yeah,
You like
him besides the
Luffy?
boots.
I
don't really
like.
care for the boots.
Yeah. See, we leave out the boots. Cool. Bonney is pulling it off. Chopper's pulling it off. Jinbei has a whole summer fit, so he's fine. Luffy, get the
Bro,
boots
Jinbei
off,
was
bruv.
great this chapter.
Oh
Yes.
my
Jinbei
God.
was so good.
Yes, yeah. Fucking just Jinbei, he looks clean with the outfit. Luffy, you gotta kick them shoes off, bro.
I love that line where the Vegapunk was like, "Man, you sure ate your fill. All of you are stuffed to bursting." And Jinbei was like, "Nah,
I always look like this. Yeah, this is just me. This is just how I am for real.
Yeah, bro. I just just
Just
big,
built
bro.
like that.
This is just how I am for real. I'm like that. But yeah, moving on to the bit because we've talked about it so much because there's so much stuff that happens at the end of that chapter and that could potentially happen later on. Dude, that panel of Bonney saying, "Please don't hurt my daddy." Oh my God, that destroyed me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I almost cried when I read that. That expression on her face, dude. That was too good, man. Oh, that like I was
really
stuck
wanna
on that
see the
page for a
flashback.
bit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good flashback. Well, it's interesting seeing Kuma right there in like where he's like holding her when she's a little kid, because it's like we've never seen Kuma look happy.
Yeah,
Like it's like a weird
looks
like
so
thing
much.
seeing him
He
smile.
looks
I
like a
almost didn't
bulkier
recognize
cobra.
him, like for a
Yeah.
split second.
He
Yeah.
never looked happy.
He looks like a bulkier
I
cobra,
think,
bro. Stole Cobra's whole fucking
I
fit.
I think Bonney is gonna be a cool character. I think once we do get her backstory with Kuma and everything, I think I'll really like Bonney. And I think Bonnie's gonna. We've talked about before, but I really like Bonnie's dynamic with the crew. But I think she's really gonna like the crew once she learns about what Kuma did to help them. Because Kuma is really like important to the Straw Hats. Like he saved them.
Yeah,
He straight up saved them. So it's like
protected
there's already
their
that
ship and
connection
everything.
there.
Yeah.
I want to see more with that stuff. God, I love the Kuma police design. I don't know why, but
He
I
looks
just think
sick.
it looks really
Yeah,
cool.
he looks sick in that design. That is pretty nice. It's like an
He's a
alt attire in a
fag. He
fighting
turned into
game.
a fag.
Nigga's a snitch for
Also,
real.
I
Shake my
fucking
head.
love that Luffy's just casually using feature
Casually
sight now.
using it. Yeah,
But
Yeah.
Lex
also,
just brought it up.
I
Yeah.
do think it's kind of a problem because it's like, man, Luffy's so strong now that it's like Oda does kind of just have to start wrapping up the story because it does. If you have your protagonist who's so strong he can see the future at all times, it's like, it's like
It's wild. Has advanced like armament, has fucking Conquer's coding, Gear 5, like this nigga's
it's
a
like,
problem.
it's good, you know what I mean? It's good for where we're at in the story, but man, I hope it doesn't drag on because it's gonna get to the point where Luffy's just like, I don't want it to turn into a Naruto situation in Boruto where it's like, well, why can't Luffy just do everything because he's so strong? But it's like he has to be nerfed.
I don't
know what
think
I
it
mean?
will, just because
I don't think it will.
I think Oda
but it's
will
like, it
will manage that because for a while, I mean, like
It
we
could
think
get to
all the
that
way
point.
back. Yeah, it could. But we think back to that point with all the way back during the pre-time skip with Luffy saying, "I can't do shit by myself, man. Like I need a crew."
Mhm.
So I feel like that's always
That
gonna
is
remain in the
true.
back of
Yeah,
Oda's
Oda kind of
mind.
future proofed it because
Yeah,
Luffy will be the strongest. He can fight, but he can't do anything else. So
Yeah,
he will
for
always
sure.
need help. He will always have things he can't do.
Absolutely, yeah. Police Kuma is Zoro's best friend. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Whoa, that's true.
Oh shit. Nah,
last-
Zoro's the minority hunter. He could never. Does he know?
Oh,
Question
God.
mark. Does Steven know? Question mark.
Literally,
No.
this is a good chapter. Literally, the only other thing I wanted to bring up, and it's just kind of a small thing, was when we see the people walking in the lab, we see what appear to be the like different versions of the. I don't know how to pronounce this because I've never heard it spoken out loud, but it's the automata or automata. I think it's automata.
That's
Yeah,
a-
it sounds-
At least
The
that's just how
automata,
I.
yeah, something like that.
I played
about it.
Nier. I
You
know
know,
a little bit about it. Yeah, I'm
I'm
not gonna act
dumb,
like I'm an expert,
it's-
but good game, by the way.
It's the little robots that we see in the NL cover story who were also on the moon. So
Yeah, damn, that's
we
a good
might
point.
start in this arc. We've already talked about like we'll most likely learn the truth about devil fruits and like stuff like that. We'll probably get some moon stuff too. Like we might start learning about the ancient civilizations that lived on the moon and the Lunarians and all that good shit. So
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
Yeah,
even
no.
think about that. Good point.
answers incoming. Plus, Morge. Shout out to Mr. Morge. He's,
Shouts out as always. Love
that
his
man.
stuff.
Yeah, he made his review of this chapter, and he made a good point where he's like, "This is the most exciting beginning of an arc ever in One Piece because it's been consistent." He basically brought up where he's like, "We're at the point in the story now where there's really nothing left to hide. Oda's at the point where he has to start showing everything. He has to start setting up the ending of the story. So it's like there is nothing to like meander about. Like he just has to get to the point. Like from now on, we're going to just get cool, exciting shit pretty much. Hopefully. At least
Yeah.
that's how it has been the past
I
couple
hope
chapters since
so.
Wano ended. It's like just been nonstop crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get the occasional lore dump and things like that, but even those will be fucking fire. You know, like those could have the potential with how much shit, like how much lore we don't know about yet. That could still be fucking fire, man.
Specifically, the way he described it is it's like normally it's like One Piece arcs is like you enter the arc and it's just focused on the Straw Hats. Then in between arcs, you get to see the outside world. We're at the point in the story where Oda can't do that anymore. He has to focus on the outside world more because now it's more
Yeah.
prevalent than it ever was before. It matters now more than it ever did before.
Oh hell yeah!
Because the reality is the outside the major players are shrinking.
the world's getting smaller.
Like,
Yeah, we're at
the world's
we're
getting
at the
smaller, like-
top now.
like Luffy is one of the biggest, most major players in the world now. Like the Yonko
Yes,
system
sir.
isn't the same way. The warlord system is abolished. It's like it is.
Shit's
we're getting
different
close
out
to
here, bro.
conclusion,
Shit's
which-
fucking different out here.
Hmm.
Blackbeard is moving in the story and in cover pages now. God damn, bro. Shit's different out here, man. It's so crazy to think about too. God, I can't wait to see where this all goes, man. Great fucking chapter this week. I love this shit, man. I fucking love this shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But is there anything else we want to talk about before we move on to
Fuck
the next
no.
one? True.
Uh,
I don't
No,
know.
I think I pretty much said everything I need to say.
Yeah, no,
All
it's-
right,
that's all I
sounds
got.
good. Let's move on to the next chapter, Black Clover 341. How we feeling about this one, gang?
It's
Uh,
good. I definitely think it starts a bit abrupt.
Yeah, with us meeting the different Ryuzen, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Or are
not
you gonna say
expecting
something?
that.
I cut you completely off.
No, it's we're just at a point in the story where it's like, well, what happened in the Black Clover chapter? Like there's just
Training.
not. It's very. It's going, which I appreciate. It's going through such a slow phase right now, which, like, thank God.
Yes, yeah.
It's nice meeting the. I like the new characters somewhat.
Shout out
They're cool.
Komari, looking fine
Um,
as hell. But no,
I
seriously, she does
am-
look cool. She
I
does
love
look
the
pretty sweet.
idea of the Gyaru, the gal fucking ninja. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Oda
first
didn't do that.
Bleach and now this.
Shouts
Yeah.
out to
That's true.
Tabata. Oda did not do that. I don't remember any Gyaru characters in Wano.
No, none.
Like,
You know
Shake
what?
my
Ah,
gosh darn head.
yeah, shout out to Tabata.
Shake my
He's not copying One
goddamn
Piece
head.
all the time.
Now he's copying Bleach because Kubo did this. Made a
Hey,
Gyaro.
yo.
I
But yeah,
think it was
these,
a captain. No, it was a vice captain, and her Zanpakuto was her nails, which was sick, by the way. I
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
that was
that
fucking
did
sick.
happen.
I love that
I
shit.
forgot
Man.
all about that.
Bring
Yeah,
back
that
the
shit.
fucking the little manga shit we got for Bleach, man. Anime's going crazy. Shit, Kubo. You may as well go even
Yeah,
crazier, bro.
bro.
But anyway, yeah, back to Black Clover. I enjoyed this.
Cool designs.
chapter.
I like them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
You got-
they're
You
pretty
got
cool
your
designs.
you got your Oni ninja, your monk, and your Gyaru ninja. They're cool. We've seen 4 of the Ryuzen, right? And there's 7, so we
Yes,
got
there's
3
7. We
more.
got 3 more. I'm surprised we like back to back to back these people. I thought it would
Yeah,
just
I
be
was
like a
surprised.
chapter.
It is
where
pretty
they get
abrupt
introduced to it.
at the beginning, which is like, "Hey, what's up?" I
Yeah,
remember
it's
Sky.
like, oh.
When we read the chapters when they came out, Sky was like, he's like, when I read the chapter, I thought, man, did I miss last chapter? But I just realized, like, no, it's just they
Yeah,
just
we
came out
just-
of nowhere.
Yeah, it came in
Yeah,
out of
I-
nowhere.
Obviously, though, this is going on so you can like introduce them and then get to like the meat of the chapter. 'Cause
I was
that's
about
just-
to say,
that's
yeah, 'cause
learning
chat is
about
already
really
bringing it
like
up.
then the
Yeah,
conversation.
for sure.
I really like that. It's just focusing on Asta, like him
That's
Yes.
very nice.
learning,
Yes.
training, figuring out shit. It's really cool.
Yes, let my king do his shit. I love that. Yami pulled an Itachi. Yami is Itachi confirmed. Yami is Asta's only idol.
Yeah, no.
True
I mean,
comment
that
section.
is actually that is
true.
literally what I've been thinking this whole time. Is like, again, no, I'm definitely excited for this flashback arc, but I feel like we're definitely building up to one of the Itachi moments. It is all because like I feel like that's a very obvious.
I
thing
don't
to
think
go for.
so. I don't think
I don't
Yami's
think
gonna
that's a-
be like,
yeah.
oh, Ichika, you
It's
did
gonna
not
be a
have enough hate.
misunderstanding.
Yeah,
Which
it's gonna be a
I'm
misunderstanding.
not sure. I really gotta wait to see how it actually is because if it's just a misunderstanding and it's not that well explained, we'll see. Misunderstanding arcs, like those types of character arcs, are so hard to do right that I'm always kind of nervous when they happen.
I think
My
it is gonna
guess,
be a
here's the
situation
thing,
where
I don't know
Ichika
shit.
learns
I don't know
more.
what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be something where it's like Yami wasn't directly responsible for the death of his clan in the sense that he killed them,
Yeah.
but he might be responsible
Okay.
in some other way. Like maybe he failed to protect them, maybe he did something that caused them to die. And I think him leaving the country was a self-imposed banishment. I think he chose to leave after what
Now
happened.
that would be
That would
really
be
cool. I would
very
love that
interesting.
actually.
And that would also
Yeah.
explain why, because Sky brought this up, why he never talks about it, why he never talks about his country, why
That's
he
true.
doesn't appear to be that invested in it, because maybe as far as he's concerned, it's like he doesn't deserve to be. Like he doesn't deserve to be with his little sister and know her because he is basically he left. Like he's like I failed.
That
him.
would be very interesting.
Right.
I'd like that a
And
lot.
And it would
actually.
also And it could also be a great tie in to explain why he has such strong ties with Black Bulls as well. Because, like, if he's already lost one family, he's not about to lose another. Or that could be a very great
Yeah, I
character
would love
moment, I
that.
feel.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
God, I hope that's
Okay,
what
yeah,
happens. We're gonna be
I
so
hope.
disappointed when that's not what happens.
No.
I'm really.
It's
I feel like
setting
I'm really
ourselves
gonna
up for failure so bad right now. Because when you said that,
Yeah.
Silver, I genuinely was like, "Oh my god, that'd be so good."
That'd be so fucking good, man. I'm hoping that's what happens.
'Cause I love the Black Bulls. The Black Bulls are my favorite part of Black Clover. I
Oh
just
yeah,
love the
for
dynamic.
sure. Yeah, they have like the best
Well, damn
dynamic
it! Now
in the series.
now I'm hoping it's not going to be an Itachi moment.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
don't think
no,
it will.
you
I
were
don't think it
hoping?
will. Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
were hoping for that?
Damn.
Okay, well maybe hope's a strong word, but
I thought when you said that it was a subtle horror.
Damn, bro.
I wonder how long this flashback's gonna be.
The rest of the year. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No wait. Okay, wait. Does Black Clover have a flashback longer than like a chapter?
Not
can't
so
think of
actually.
any?
Yes.
Not that I can remember, 'cause it's like,
Patry,
at least in
Patry's flashback. You have the Wizard
Okay,
King. And
actually,
his
no, I
flashback.
forgot about the Patry
Yeah.
flashback. That's
Yeah.
fair. I was just thinking because it's like both the two like flashback backstories in recent memory are Nox and Leaves, and both of those are one chapter.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you're
So-
right.
how long is the Patry?
I don't think
flashback?
this is going to be too long.
Patry, I don't know how it is exactly, but I remember it started out with the well, I don't know if they tie together. It's been so long since I've read that arc, but it started out with the first Wizard King and Nero and how
Right.
they were together and things like that, and then they went over to the wedding, that went to shit. And then no, I think the one with Patry, that was one chapter cuz that was when he awakened everybody and he was reminiscing on like how it was getting to this point. But I know the Wizard King, their flashback with Licht and everything, that was at least a couple of chapters. I don't think it was super long or anything, but I know it was more than one.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping that if we do get a flashback, it'll at least be 2 chapters. Or,
I think it's gonna
maybe
be a couple chapters. I think it'll
I'll
be
give it
three
a
chapters.
light 40 chapters.
Whoa, my man, we trying to end the story. God damn. He
Bro,
said,
what's
we're
the
getting
problem?
a Yami spinoff mid fucking series.
yeah, no.
Bro, what's the problem? 40 chapters? Is that a bit too much?
A little bit, yes. I say 2 would be optimal. Well, first chapter establishes the character, who's going to be playing a role. Well, chapter 2 establishes the consequences, in the actions.
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
think
if
2
it
to 3
was-
is
yeah.
I think 2 to
Like
3 is
2
a
to
sweet
3,
spot.
yeah.
I think
it
you
was
can-
2 to 3.
yeah.
Agreed.
For sure.
But also, we have no clue because we're talking about it, and it's like we don't know fucking
Yeah,
anything.
We
we
don't know
don't
what the
fucking know.
story
This
is. We
John
just
don't
could be
know what the
longer.
story is.
Yeah.
It's
It's interesting though. I'm curious what this whole fucking moving on from that with the whole deal with
Ryuta.
Ryuya.
Yeah.
oh his
His eye.
Tengetsu. Tengetsu.
Because at first I
Shingeki no
thought
Kyojin.
it was like it was just key, but
Yeah, now it's
It's-
just like the eye.
it doesn't
all-seeing
feel
eye.
like that. Like the way it's just mentioned feels different. Like Tengensu could be just a technique or something, but I don't know. But he
I think
doesn't
it is.
have magic, so like
I think it's just his form of ki, like his technique, because it's like
maybe.
Zetten is just a technique. It's just
That's
a different
true.
type of ki. You know what I mean? So I think it's just his own unique ki. What does Tengetsu mean? Do we got any fucking Japanese weebs in the audience? Does anyone know what that translates to?
Well, you need to look at like,
Observational
the
hockey.
Well, you need to look at like the actual like characters that are being used in Japanese. 'Cause
I'll
it's
ask
like,
Moss later.
Okay.
He'll know. I swear I've brought this up so many times. I know I'm a broken record, but Ichika gives me such strong Rukia vibes. Page 12, where she's like hyping up Ryuya and she's like talking about how cool he is and everything. It's like that. I could just see Rukia doing that exact same
I
thing.
totally see it, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see it more
and
now.
it's actually funny. I'm pretty sure that's actually the first time we've seen any look on her face that wasn't complete scorn.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So,
yeah,
that's
absolutely. I see it now because when you said it back in the day, like I get strong Rukia vibes. I was like, nigga, how? She's just been mean this whole time. But like, no, I totally see it now that she has not like a goofier side, but more of like an expressive side to her. That's not just fuck you, die. So I can see it now.
Yeah.
I can sort of see it now. Let me look through some of these other comments real quick before we jump back into some stuff.
She's
If I
definitely
can
gonna
scroll
warm up
through
to
YouTube,
Asta.
damn.
I think she's gonna like Asta.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Once she
Yeah.
gets to know him.
Ryu sus as fuck after this chapter. True. Damn, dark skin Noel got me
Whoa.
feeling different. True. If they're gonna pull this, Asta's gonna have another breakdown again. Also for Trucity. God, there's so much truth in this chat. Man, we are spitting today, guys. Like the world building Yami's
It is
clan
a juice
backstory, we apparently are going to get. And there was a subtle line from Ichika that implies the Land of the Sun was united by the Shogun recently and keeping it united. Type shit. Okay, what's going on, Siva? How you doing, bruv? Or the family is a bunch of terrorists and Yami killed them for that. Damn, okay, nigga, shit. I don't think...
Yeah, so again,
That's
Itachi.
Damn, yeah. God,
I mean, it's possible.
it means
Bro, you telling me
clairvoyance,
Tabata's
true.
going for the 2 streak, bro? He ripped off One Piece and Naruto in the same arc,
Damn,
bro. He's
and
going for all of
Bleach,
it.
bro. I'm telling you, don't
And
forget the
Bleach, bro.
gyro.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm going out."
We are going out.
He said, "If I'm going out, I'm going out."
The
taking
big
everyone.
3 is back. You damn right. Ichika revealed something dark about Yami. Do you think Asta will do the same to her once the... Hey, yo, what do you mean by that, bro? Hey, yo. I mean, if you mean that
What
seriously,
you
I don't
talking
know
about?
what he could really reveal other than he poops a lot.
Yeah.
That's about it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say
because
something
when you
about the
say
Tenjutsu,
reveal
but
something
I forget.
dark,
Yeah,
exactly
man.
what do you mean?
He got that devil dick on him. I know exactly what he means. That's exactly what you meant. Trust me, I get it. I picked up what you were putting down. Tabata on a legendary streak of copying all the manga. Bro, he just has the Sharingan eye. You have to understand it. You have to
Nah,
understand
you gotta
it.
understand that's actually Ichigo with the Sharingan eye. 'cause
Oh, bro,
he's got-
he's-
Type
No, bro, he's got
shit.
the Renegon and he's bringing that shit back from the dead. He said, "Watch
Yeah.
this."
These eyes see manga clearly type shit. With Ichika being 24, is she still able to join the harem? Yes. Sister Lily is like
My
way
man,
older.
she hates him.
Yeah. No, that's what it
Bro,
is for
that
now,
don't matter.
bro. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna warm up to
That's-
Asta
that's a
eventually.
thing.
Oh,
She's a
Yeah.
tsundere, bro.
my
Yeah, she's like,
hero.
Yeah, bro, she
Hero
just actually secretly likes him, and
Yeah. Yeah.
she's secretly in love with him.
Yeah. I was mean to you because I wanted to see your cock, says Ichika. And that's how it is.
All right.
But
Damn, spitting.
what's the problem? But no.
Anyway,
I was
does
gonna-
anyone have anything to say on the chapter?
No, it was
I
a good chapter,
gonna
but
bring
It's a
up
good
something
chapter,
I
but
wanted
it's
to
like
take
it's
it
literally
to,
just more questions.
but
I am
yeah,
curious to
I
hear more about
forgot.
the what's going on in the Land of Sun, because it was kind of like it's
Very
not
divided.
it's recently united and shit. It's like
Yeah.
there's a one line and it's probably fucking nothing, but it's just like it's just Asta. He's looking at the sky. He's like, it seems like it's always cloudy in this country. It's like, why did he say that? You know, like,
Mhm, yeah.
what's the meaning behind that?
There's a chance
Yeah.
with meatball.
I also
man.
like getting a little more, learning a little more about Zetan, where it's like
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Yeah.
how
people
Asta's
use
gonna
it differently with like the percentages and stuff. That's kind of
different
cool.
applications. It's
That
nice.
it
yeah.
really like makes me question like, okay, what is Asta's gonna be like style?
Yeah,
You know, which is it's interesting.
wouldn't
to
be
speculate.
surprised.
100% in
Right,
Yeah,
literally just
That's what
fucking
I'm
going
thinking.
all
With
out every
anti-magic too, bro, it's probably just one. That dude's built like a brick shit house already. It's probably just one big fucking swing. Just fuck your life up. That's the fuck you die move in his arsenal. Just brings that out, punches a hole through your chest. You just die. Game over. The end. I mean, we can regenerate by this point anyway, so who fucking cares? He'll punch a hole through Lucius's chest, and he'll be like, "Ah, okay," and just regenerate and maybe be mad or something. I don't know. Why was the water dark in the last panel behind Yami? I don't know. Maybe that's just the water they got in the Land of Rising Sun, bro. I don't know. That is very dark though. I don't know why it's that dark. Like, I don't get that. Maybe that's just like an art mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just an art thing. I don't even think it's a mistake. I think it's just
maybe it's just an art thing. I don't know.
Man can't bring the blue ink to here, you know.
Tabata had a 1 year time skip to make Asta 18, so Ichika can join the harem. Type shit. I see the vision. Asta learning new sword techniques with Yami's sword is gonna go hard. I agree. That's gonna go crazy. Now all he has to do when he goes back to the Clover Kingdom is bring in the Guts Berserk cloak. He has it in the movie. Tabata, give him that shit. God damn, that design is so fucking sweet. Bring that in, man. I need that shit. I fucking need that shit. But anyway, I think we've exhausted everything we have to say about that. I'm ready to move on to Jujutsu Kaisen. How about you, fellas?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Let's fucking get this shit. Chapter 201. You know what? I'm with Gary. The Japanese should just stick to making video games. No, I agree. That was fucking insane. When he's like, they should just stick to making games and cars. I was like, God damn, nigga, like, what the fuck?
I love how like the one person just like, dude, stop. What are you doing? Stop
I think it was the president. The president was like, why the fuck
my
did you say
favorite
that?
line. I think my favorite line from him is muscles and bullets. Nothing beats them.
Nothing beats them. Yeah.
This guy's definitely a character.
I was like,
This is such an
God
interesting
damn.
turn in the story because I did not expect this.
Yeah, and this is literal, like, this is a while, but because, like, I didn't even remember this, like, it literally just popped into my mind this morning. This conversation is happening back in February. The Shibuya incident happened in October. Holy shit.
Yeah, he even says it's like, this is before...
Dude!
Oh, man, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, he was like, by November, the white-haired guy, he will be sealed. Like, don't even worry about it. I was like, oh my... Because, like, in my my last Sailor Notes video, I was like, oh, that was the Shibuya incident, whatever. But then I was like, no, wait. That's not the Shibuya incident.
I mean, that was the reasonable assumption at the time. We all thought that. Everyone thought that was...
That's what I was thinking. Because when I saw the panel of Gojo with his eyes down, I was like, oh, that's the same one from the Sister School event. But I don't know. Maybe he probably means that from the Shibuya incident. And the one with Sukuna looking to the side, that was the same one in the Cursed Womb arc. So I was like, oh, maybe he's just using that as like a, you know, reference thing, like going through the times, and the last one was the Shibuya incident, whatever. But then I was like, no, wait. The Shibuya incident happened in October. Holy shit. Like, man, because they made a big deal about that on Halloween. We're going to do the Shibuya incident. Oh, damn, man. It's so fucking crazy because they're still referring to him as Ghetto, which would make no sense because why would he call himself Kenjaku? Or why would we learn that his name is Kenjaku and he's still calling himself Ghetto? God damn, man. This nigga, he was on some shit. He was on some shit, bro. God damn, man. This meeting happened before Itadori ate Sukuna's first finger. Yeah, it's happened a while ago. This man was planning shit. God damn.
I do want to say something that's very interesting because obviously the whole like ending point of the chapter is like, all right, how many people are they going to send in? Like, how many U.S. soldiers are they going to send in to capture sorcerers, right? It's recommended. It's like
800.
Kenjaku's like, I would recommend deploying a battalion of at least 800. Last chapter, we see the numbers shooting up for people entering the colony, and it's over 800 people.
Yeah. It's like 807 and still rising.
It is. Yeah. So...
I mean, it makes sense if you had a fucking Monster Hunter boss just pop up in your backyard and be like, you know what, maybe I should take these guys a little bit seriously, you know? Because, like, guns and bullets, I mean, like, that works, but do you got cursed energy on them, big man? because like they'll be effective, but like for some people, like for some like curses specifically, it's not gonna really do anything. Of course, if you shoot a person with regular bullets, then yeah, no doubt. But like they could come back as a cursed spirit, as we saw with Naoya. So
it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there are some characters like Gojo, right? The people like that could just take on an entire military. That is like, not the majority of sorcerers.
No way. Yeah, he's the anomaly for sure.
A battalion of 800 people is fucking up most characters in the series.
Yeah,
like, eventually. Eventually, even if they take out dozens of people, it's overwhelming. Like, that's just so many people, so much bullet fired. How do you deal with that if you don't have a big fuck you attack?
Yeah. That's okay.
I mean,
my
I know
MC
I was
Yuji
joking
beats
about
them
it
all.
earlier, but realistically, this can go sideways so fast for the sorcerers here.
It's okay.
Because I mean, most of them are not Gojos.
As long as we meet Yuta and he can use the "this is love" beam, we're fine. We're okay. Or
It's
you
like
know, my MC Yuji could just black flash
someone
all of them, beat
like
the record
okay,
by like
we have
800,
at
be
the end of
sick.
the chapter, right? We see our characters. We have Angel. We have Megumi, Yuji, and Takaba. I think his name is. Takaba's fine. You know, as long as he thinks him not dying is funny, he's good. Like he's not. He's good to go. Megumi, like he's a tricky dude. He can escape. He's got his fucking rabbits. You know,
He can
chill.
if he could create
I
a
don't
big
know
enough domain, he could sink them into the shadows. He could sink all those soldiers into shadows because it was brought up before how you need cursed energy to like stand in his domain or else you just sink. And we saw that with Toji because when Toji went to attack him, he just sunk right into the hole. So if he can, good on you, mate. But I don't know if he can.
Here's the thing though. We have Yuji. What the fuck is Yuji gonna do?
Bro, Sukuna's gonna have to say enchant a couple times and activate that domain. That's the only thing he can do.
Yeah, I mean,
like Yuji is not him right now. He just ate him.
Bro. He's just gonna throw a car at all of them. They're gonna fall like bowling pins.
Yeah, like, the only way I can see Yuji getting out of this is unless Sukuna takes over and slap chops the entire battalion.
And that just presents further issues.
Because Angel will be like, what the fuck? Yeah. You're like, what the fuck, bro? Come on. But yeah, I don't know. My boy will have to parkour out of there. Yeah, shit. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Something. Or I don't know. Angel could do something. We don't know what her curse technique. We know what we know what Angel's is, which is to remove the effects of curse techniques or to like just prevent curse technique usage for a little bit.
Although that
but we don't know
if,
Hana's,
like, you know,
or if Hana has the same
Hana
one.
Can do anything. Like
because Yuji, cause I mean, like it was the most I can really see is Hana is able to use Angel's curse technique, which would be a bit much because it sounds like they just kind of, well, no, they were together beforehand, but even still, it sounded like they got together just recently. But a while ago, Gojo mentioned like, yeah, Yuji, you'll be able to use Sukuna's techniques with like enough time.
Eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, you'll be able to use them. So the most I can see is Hana being able to do something like that, but even then, it's not really blocking bullets in this case. So I don't know. Maybe something. Yeah, I don't fucking know. But yeah, the only thing that I can really see that just stops all of them is like Megumi sinks some of them into the ground, or they just don't run into all of them. They have to like hide through the streets like it's the beginning of a fucking shooter game. They have to run and hide in sewers and like, oh, the military searching for us and blah blah blah. Something. That's about it. Because if they just run into the full 800 people, well, goddamn, pal. I don't know. But yeah, outside of that, I think it's more so them hiding.
Why do you think Kenjaku did this in the first place? Why do you think he's
we don't know what his
in
motivation is?
Yeah, we don't know.
To kidnap. sorcerers is.
well,
Okay,
so the
here's the
whole
thing.
thing behind that was to create a world of jujutsu because he wants to get rid of like non-sorcerers essentially. So,
Yeah.
or to make non-sorcerers like less relevant, I guess. And we see here with them kidnapping Japanese citizens and things like that, it's essentially like people who aren't really sorcerers, because everybody has cursed energy. People who aren't really sorcerers like that, they immediately become like lesser because we can just scoop y'all up and we can just make y'all experiments and try to do all this crazy shit with you. But with sorcerers, you have to do a lot more effort to capture them. So in this world of like might makes right that Kenjaku is trying to make, in a world where people who aren't really sorcerers aren't really the priority, I'm guessing that's the reason why he did it. Because like Kenjaku and Geto, they both hate Maki, and they're like, man, fuck you. You don't got shit, dude. You are completely worthless to this world. Like, who even are you? So, I think it'll be a situation where like normal people are immediately like lesser, and then sorcerers are at the top of the world like Kenjaku has been wanting. That's my explanation for it anyway, for what we know so far. Type shit.
Yeah,
shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where we go from here.
For sure, yeah.
It is important to
This
note
shit
he's
so
been talking
interesting.
to a lot of different governments right now, but
Which is funny. They're
he's
just
not
like, man,
telling them that he is. Like,
Yeah.
as far as assuming that the situation with other countries is at least similar to with the U.S., then the others all think that they have the lead info right now.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Phoenix with some flair? How you doing, bruv? It was so funny. It's just like, oh man, if he goes off and tells other nations, we would be in a bit of trouble. And fucking Uraume and Kenjaku are like, we already did though. We already have told other nations. So
Right, that
chop
was
chop,
so
buddy. Yeah. chop, bucko. So yeah, it's very interesting. This chapter was pretty. It was funny. It was informative. I like this one. Fucking Gary is crazy. That nigga Gary is wild, bro. Just feeling Japanese people should just stick to making cars in anime. God damn, bro. The fuck? He had to act right though. He had a kill streak dropped in his backyard.
What's the deal, man?
Yeah, he had to act right. It's like,
mean,
oh, you Japanese
Hey, come
people
on,
are
man. It's
wimps.
2018. We're
Damn.
we're past that.
Yeah, it's like, damn, bro, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck you hate the
Bro,
Japanese for,
in the
man?
words of Jinbei, don't you know casual racism is out of style?
Right, bro. God
Exactly.
damn, bro. 807 soldiers entered one colony that our protagonists are in. They have to be there for a secondary purpose other than capturing sorcerers. No, I think it is just straight up capturing sorcerers. I think they had fucking.
In my secondary purpose, I'm certain he has to be for ghetto.
I was just
maybe.
thinking for the US for sure, because like, again, if I had that dropped in my backyard, like that fucking monster hunter ass boss, and my men were just levitating, and this man is casually walking through your office and being like, so y'all niggas ready to talk or what? Oh nah, all hands on deck. If there are niggas like him out there, oh nah. Oh nah, I'm sending everybody, bro. Everyone I possibly can. Get the fuck over there. We need to capture them right now. Especially if one guy is doing this. So I keep wanting to call him Geto just because that's how he was in the chapter. But Kenjaku, him mentioning that, like, yeah, a bunch of sorcerers are going to be put together in November. This is a rare thing. If one guy is doing this to us, imagine what a bunch of them can do to us. Like, we're fucked at that point. So I can totally imagine them being like, yeah, we need to send more people. Definitely. Grades of curses, but also sorcerers. More specific. Okay, let me go back and read some of your other ones, Phoenix. More specifically, I think it's quite fitting that the classifications for destroying curses, that they are based on modern weaponry such as guns and bombs. That's true. Yeah, that was all the way back in like the earlier chapters, like at the start of the Cursed Womb arc. I think they were saying like a carpet bomb is good enough to take out a special grade. So yeah,
I was comparing it to that.
Yeah, it's like,
well, it's like
comparing
it was like it wasn't even that. It was like a carpet bomb might take out a
Yeah, you're
special
right.
grade.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is like the bare minimum. It's like, yeah, you might take out a finger bearer or something.
Yeah, I think for like grade 4, they were like, you probably okay with like a bat. For like grade 3, it's like you'll probably be okay for like with like a pistol or a shotgun or something like that. It kept saying like, oh, you'll
it becomes
probably be all right.
increasingly uncertain.
Yeah, it's like grade 1, you might be okay with like a tank or something. Special grade, hopefully you're okay with the carpet bomb, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about that, Phoenix. That's a very good point. Let me look at some of these other comments here before I imagine we get the fuck up out of here, because I don't have anything else to say about this chapter.
Yeah.
Let me look at some of these other ones.
Oh, that's a really good point, actually.
What's up? Go ahead.
That basically trying to kill sorcerers without cursed energy will create more vengeful cursed spirits.
Oh.
That's true.
Oh shit! I didn't even think.
I didn't even think about
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Phoenix is on his shit. Okay.
Oh my god, you are on it. Because here's
Phoenix
actually, this
is
is
on
so
his
funny. Because like
shit.
last week, I was specifically thinking about, it's like, man, cursed energy is so cool. I wish we actually saw the cool shit. Like, there are not enough like cursed spirits that were people once. It'd be cool to see more of that. We might be getting more of that.
We might be getting more of that. That's so fucking crazy. That's a very good point. Not an original idea, but yeah, no,
Yeah, like, I
that's
mean, he
your
may have
idea
just been a
now,
sample
Phoenix. We're giving you the
of
credit
what
for
they
that.
can
That's your
do.
idea.
Yeah, you get the credit, dude. It's all right. You can take that.
We're giving you the.
Yeah.
That is absolutely your original idea. We're coming up with it
Yeah,
now.
man.
We're changing canon. We're retconning the story here. Literally ripped it off some other comment. No, you came up with it. It's okay. No, we.
Nah,
we
bro,
believe
you did it. It's okay.
No,
You, bro.
you did
It's
it.
all
No,
you.
Yeah,
that was
all
all
you.
you.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's-
literally saw you say it. So
I
it's-
literally
Yeah,
saw
like,
you say
I
it.
didn't
So,
see
yeah.
this. Show me the other comment.
Exactly.
All right,
Other
come
comment
on.
doesn't even exist. We already know. But let me look through some of these other ones. USA. Shouts out to you, Lex. Absolutely. Bro on some smoke. Yeah, that's true, Z, but that's for fucking true city. The meeting is happening before Itadori eat the Sukuna finger. Yes, for true. Kenjaku asked idle transfiguration, and Mahito used it to activate Junpei's cursed energy. So all these people could use cursed energy. Maybe. Kenjaku playing 5D chess while everyone else is just trying to survive. Yeah. All Gojo would need to do to erase 800 people is open domain expansion. That's also very true. We're about to find out if Itadori is bulletproof. I don't think he is.
Maybe like low calibers.
Yeah. To be honest, any of the characters in colonies other than Yuji and Megumi should be okay. I feel like they'd get into trouble, and Sukuna might come out and erase the soldiers with Malevolent Shrine. Yes, I agree. That could definitely be a possibility. After last week, I have come with more reasons for my Megumi versus Sukuna for the final fight. So far, Megumi's domain has never had a barrier like a certain King of Curses. Yes, very true. Very true city, and also for true city. And then it's just Phoenix. Shouts out Phoenix. True, good idea. Naya may have been to remind us about sorcerers becoming curses if they aren't killed without cursed energy. Yes, that is for true city. That is also very true city. And with that, I think that is also the end of this little segment. So I'm ready to move on to the outro if you fellas are as well.
Yeah, I got nothing.
To say.
Nope, I ain't got nothing to say.
Sounds good to me. Well,
So
thank
next
you so
week
much, everybody.
we have One Piece, MHA, and Chainsaw Man. Black Clover and JJK are on break. And I guess we could go ahead and bring it up now. Hunter x Hunter is coming back next week.
Yeah!
We don't know how long it's coming back for, but it'll probably just be 10 or so chapters like it has been the last couple times it's
Yeah,
came back.
probably like a volume full of chapters, and that's it.
We've talked about adding it to the podcast. No one's made any final decision yet, but
I'm down to do it. It's
I'm
just a
down
matter
for
of
it.
fact if everybody else is,
here's the thing.
willing
I
to.
think what we could do just to test out, because next week 2 series are on break anyway. Let's go ahead and do it, and we'll just do it. If we do Hunter x Hunter on the podcast, we will always do it at the very end, so that way anyone who's not reading or isn't caught up or just doesn't care can dip out.
Yeah,
So we'll have our
I'm
main
cool with that.
series that we talk about, and then we'll just do Hunter x Hunter at the very end.
that sounds good to me, bruv. I'm all for that shit. It'll be crazy.
I
Man,
mean,
I feel
I'm
like I should go
down
back
to
and
complain
look at
about
Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter all the time. So.
I feel like I should go back and look at some stuff for Hunter x Hunter because God, it's been what?
Zenith's
literal
reading it right
years?
now to catch up, and I'm just having him tell me everything.
I've been reading the Hisoka fight like during the podcast actually.
God,
God,
that
that's
fight
such a
is
good
so
fight.
fucking good.
Yeah.
That
It's
shit
so
is so
good.
fucking good.
So yeah, look forward to that. If you're a Hunter x Hunter fan, if you're caught up with the
Yes.
manga,
Absolutely.
look forward to next week. If not,
Very good time.
don't give a shit.
If
don't
not,
care. Don't
just
even
get the
look forward
fuck
to
up
it.
out of here, son. Yes, very good time to be a Hunter x Hunter fan. I can't wait for its return. But with all of that being said, thank you so much for listening, whether you're here live or after the fact. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you comment down below, all that good stuff. How did you feel about chapters this week? And lastly, just make sure you check out Zenith's video. As always, link to his channel is in the description.
Sleeping Danger.
I
does
also have
definitely get
unlocking the
involved.
video next week. Look forward to
Hunter
that.
x
Oh,
Hunter
okay.
is really good.
Okay, what's
so
what's
good.
what was the video on? You want to give him the insider scoop here, cuz?
Nah, bro, it's just Chainsaw Man. You'll see it when you see it.
Type shit. But with all of that being said, once again, thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next week. Bye bye.
See ya.